So good morning, I'm Eric Service. I'm the principal at the Tokata Learning Center. And I'm here to take a few minutes to demystify the TLC and share a few things that we're doing to move education forward. So the Tokata Learning Center is actually an area learning center. It's our district's ALC. And before I tell you anything more about it, I want to share a brief story. 5 years ago now, shortly after taking the principal job, I met a former colleague out for lunch. And we haven't seen each other in a while, so we're just hanging out, catching up. And he goes, and the conversation sounded something like this. He goes, "Hey, Sirs," he goes, "I heard you got a new job." I said, "Yeah, I'm the principal at the TLC." And he goes, "TLC?" I said, "Yeah, the Tokata Learning Center." "Tokata Learning Center?" I said, "It's Shakopee's ALC." And he goes, "ALC, like Asshole's Last Chance?" And that's what I felt like. It was a 1-2 punch to the gut. One, for mislabeling probably one of the most amazing populations of students to work with, and two, for misunderstanding how our program serves students. And so I'm here to boldly declare that we may be a second chance school for some of our students, but we're definitely not a last chance school for all of our students. We're a small high school that serves students who need flexibility, accountability, and most importantly, connection. And so, our population is diverse, and as we all know that there are no two life stories for our students that are the same. At the TLC, what is pretty similar, however, is a shared experience of struggle. And so, our struggles vary. Some students are struggling with anxiety, some students are struggling with depression, some with abuse, addiction, homelessness, pregnancy, and some are just simply struggling because they're behind a few credits. And so there isn't one struggle that defines our TLC students. However, there is one. I lied. Everyone struggles with swearing. And if you think this jar is big, you should see the one we have for students. This is the one we have for the staff. Now, in the same spirit, we don't let the struggle define the student. So whether they're on their plan A, their plan D, or their plan X, Y, or Z, we do our best to meet the students where they are, honor where they are, but don't let them stay where they are. And so, this is also where we grind. We know that everyone else's grind looks a little different. Like your grind might be in managing super large class sizes or grading volumes of homework. Our grind is in trying to peel away the layers to find the exact right combination of push, pull, and support that helps our students be successful. And we have some structures in place to do that. We're a small school, and so because our focus is first and foremost on relationships, we're able to make school feel like a home and the people in it feel like a family. We're intentional about gelling our students, and one of the ways we do that is by taking students out of the building. So every quarter, we try to give students exposure to a post-secondary option. We try to have them give back to the community through service learning, and we also just try to have fun as a group. All of our students are on continual learning plans. That is their roadmap to graduation. And it's important to note, graduation for TLC students is the same graduation for all of our Shakopee students. They're expected to meet the same graduation requirements, and they're expected to meet the same standards, okay? Albeit sometimes they're powerized in nature, and it's the meat and potatoes and not the full plate. However, it is the same diploma in a different experience. And when things go south, because they do, We help our students learn and grow by repairing conflict through restorative justice. All of our learning is done on a 4-period block schedule. Okay, this allows us to help students manage fewer classes in hopes to engage them more. And all of our classes are personalized to some degree. Our teachers do a phenomenal job of giving students voice and choice in how they demonstrate their learning. We are super excited this year in discussion about moving education forward to bring 2 new systems online. One of them is we're piloting a flex mod schedule. Has the very same flavor and taste as one of the teams at Pearson, where we're giving students the ability to self-schedule parts of their day through the week in hopes of giving them exactly what they need when they need it. And then the other thing we're doing this year is we are transitioning to self-paced courses. And so we are really trying to make learning the constant, time the variable. And what it's going to look like is students are going to work through their courses 1 module at a time, not moving on until they can demonstrate proficiency. And if they finish a course early, we're going to celebrate that and we're going to schedule them right into their next course. And if they struggle and fall behind, we're going to honor that. And if they don't finish before the end of the quarter, we're going to award them partial credit and then schedule them forward. So we're really trying to change the narrative of what a lot of our students' experience has been in our school system. Okay, but more important than the structure, honestly, are the staff that we have doing the heavy lifting. And I'm going to tell you, you don't have to tell us we're different. We know we're different. Okay? Just to illustrate, like at back to school workshop this week, why wouldn't you use a yardstick and the app, level app on your iPhone to measure whether Paul Kelly or Kyle Ryan, which one's more shorter or taller? But you have to be different sometimes to do different. And that's what our staff does. They live the belief that they don't just teach content, they teach students. And every day they try to find just the right combination of pushing and pulling and supporting to meet students where they are. Okay? And they don't lower their expectations to do that. They have high academic and behavior expectations, but they do keep the most important things important, and that's having the caring and the connection with students. So as we move forward, I think together this year into a new school year, I think it's important to remember, okay, that we all aren't perfect. Like, at times we struggle, we're not perfect, and every day we're trying to get better, but that helps us remind our students that through their imperfections and their struggles, they are always worthy of love and belonging. Okay, and the other thing to remember as we move into this school year is that we're not just in the business of education. We're in the human development business. And that business, tell you what, it's unpredictable. It's messy, it's not bound by time, and it forces us as educators to be flexible, patient, and understanding. And most importantly, giving our students unconditional love. And that's what we try to do at the TLC. And it's through their struggles that I think our students feel like they're different, and we think that that's something that's worth celebrating. So that's who we are, and that's what we're